Well, sorry. Well, hello, my friends. We meet again. It's been a while. Where should we begin? Today we got both dogs with us. Yeah. It's going to be a good time. I don't know how long they're going to stay for.
Yep.
Today we are doing Spiritbox. This has been a long requested band to do on the channel. And for those who know, we will be doing Constance at the end. For a very obvious reason, which you will find out.
It's not obvious to me, though.
No, well, it will be obvious, though. You guys know. Right? Spiritbox, great band, fellow Canadian band.
Right, I forgot about that.
Canadian metalcore, gentcore, kind of vibey stuff. Really good, cool stuff. They just released 2 new music videos, which I haven't heard. That ain't included on here, so that'll be on here as well. So you'll be getting my first reaction to that. As always, the full unedited video will be up on Patreon. We're also doing this new thing where you can request songs for Evelyn to react to, and we'll make a video about them if you join the higher members. So make sure you do that. If you want to support us, leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Appease the algorithm. Let's cheers while we have... We only got one dog.
Oh, we have one dog. Honestly, Tilly's just here because otherwise she barks at anyone who crosses the street. This is my parents' dog. We're watching her while they're on vacation. Sweet Tilly, the 5-year-old that acts like she's 100. Ooh, that was crisp.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, Till.
In the Architects episode, we talked about it for a while before, and I don't nearly have as much to say about Spiritbox. This is Rule of Nines by Spiritbox. Normally I kind of do, like, you know, first album, second album, but Spiritbox kind of just releases singles whenever and compiles them into albums later. Okay. I just went and picked some of my favorite of their songs, 2 of the new songs, and then, like I said, the Constance for the end one. It's a really great, really great song, but you'll see why.
I do enjoy Spiritbox's music videos. I think my headphones are off.
Okay, we'll turn them back on. Only but the utmost professionalism here on the Varvis YouTube channel.
I was like, wow, this is a really quiet start. I was like, oh no.
Dog left though, unfortunately.
Because we thought she would stay.
This is Rule of Nines.
Sick riff.
Do you hear the kind of Architect sound already?
Yeah, I guess. It's a lower guitar.
Yeah.
With a sick riff. Oh, I love her red hair. She looks so different. Holy.
I swear to God, have you worn an outfit like this before?
I've worn a velvet dress.
Yeah, she kind of looks like you.
Sure, I'll take it. I don't see it, but sure thing, honey.
Like, not there, but
not
like
there
when
at
she
all.
has the makeup like that.
I've never done my makeup like that.
I'm in danger.
I like hearing her do more clean singing.
She never sings with a mic in the music videos, so I think it's kind of like her shtick now that she does this like nonchalant, like almost like dancey movements. You know what I mean? So I can kind of like forgive it.
She does things. Like, boys don't know what to do with their bodies. Women know what to do with their bodies.
How long has she been walking down that hallway for?
I was just a really long time.
Did you notice the guy's, her husband's guitar? Did I tell you that?
It's a husband-wife duo?
Yeah, Courtney.
I love a husband-wife duo.
And if you notice, his guitar is the same color as her dress.
Aww.
Oh, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute?
We love matchy-matchy.
Insert picture of us matching.
Yeah, it's true. This is very, like, I don't want to say hypnotic, but it is. So much glitter. Oh.
That was the Rule of Nines. I really like that song. I
Yeah.
love the chorus. I love that guitar that's playing. It's very bouncy. It's kind of like a cool juxtaposition with her more subdued approach to singing in the chorus too. Yeah, I thought it was just really cool.
It was a really cool song. It was nice. It was pleasant. I enjoyed it.
Look at that. You've gotten to a point where you can like enjoy a song even though there is screaming in it.
Yeah, but what I appreciated is that the screaming was so polar opposite to her singing in this. It's the juxtaposition juxtaposition, the dynamic. I found it very intriguing. It was very hypnotic to listen to. I need to learn more adjectives.
Yeah, you need to expand. You need to get
I need a
thesaurus here.
I need a
thesaurus.
thesaurus.
A thesaurus?
I need a thesaurus.
Why did they make
Synonym.
one of the most important books in an English language one of the hardest words to say? Like,
A
imagine if
thesaurus
you're
for synonyms?
imagine if you're a non-native English speaker trying to speak thesaurus.
Like, we can barely do
Like,
it
we
as
can barely
native
do it.
speakers.
Like, English has some weird sounds, like the. That's a weird sound that not very many languages have, as well as Those are two kind of weird sounds.
I don't know. I teach the children French sounds, and I have to teach them
Yeah, true.
because that's the action we use for it, because it's roar like a lion.
Spiritbox kind of spawned out of a different band called I Wrestled a Bear Once, which is
That's such a funny
like
name.
random core, I guess would be the best way to describe it. We'll listen to it at
Because we
some
got
point.
mathcore, we've got random.
It's not a real genre. They were very just like chaotic and frantic and sort of all over the place.
Hence random.
And Courtney was like the singer in that band. I don't know if her husband Mike was also in it. I'm not too sure. I'm not up to date on the Spiritbox lore. I know they sort of releasing some songs. They had one trilogy called the Mara Effect, which we're not listening to, but is very, very cool, sort of in like Tesseract, kind of genty, spacey, vibey sort of vibe. And then they moved into this more sort of like aggressive metalcore sound, which they gained a lot of success from.
And
So
you
yeah,
know
very,
what?
very
I
cool.
do enjoy seeing a female-fronted singer, like a female-fronted band with female singer doing more aggressive singing.
Finish your thought. I'll go calm the dogs.
Calm the dogs. I Am the Star. I really liked it. I couldn't quite get like the meaning of the song. You know, couldn't quite hear the words. I could pick out some words, but her diction wasn't like stellar for me. I guess I was trying to listen to the music more, but the entire package really appealed to me overall. That's what matters most, right, guys? It's that the package appealed to me. I'm thinking I'm starting to become a bit of a Spiritbox fan, even though the song that they were nominated for the Grammy for really wasn't very good, in my humble normie opinion.
Good job holding down the fort, holding down the show.
I tried. I got bored.
What'd you give it out of 10?
Oh, I was waiting for you to give it because otherwise I was worried you might forget this in your editing.
Good point.
You've been doing a really good job of picking the first songs. It's always been like a good first song for the episode. It is just a good, clean 8 out of 10. You know, I really enjoyed it. I found it a little hard to follow. Honestly, it was good enough. It should have been longer. Like, once again, I'm starting to like, do I not like short metal songs anymore? Hold on, because this has been a comment that I've had a couple of times now. I felt like this song could have had another verse. One more breakdown.
That's a sign of a good song. If you leave wanting more.
Yeah, I do leave
it's
wanting
good.
more. But it's a solid 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I did find I was a little bit curious what the lyrics were, and I kind of missed out on some of it because it was like airy singing.
Yeah,
and
it's
it was
kinda a
still
little bit harder
very
to sing,
enjoyable. I really enjoyed it. It definitely enhanced the vibes, but I found it from a music theory perspective then, or from my whole well-rounded critiquing perspective, I found it a little more challenging to really understand all of it. But I did love all the glitter in the music video.
There was a lot of glitter.
Instead of having like realistic looking blood.
Well, let's move
I
on to
enjoyed
the
it.
next one. This one is called
Blessed
Bee. This
This looks like something out of Handmaid's Tale.
well, interesting. Well,
Like,
we'll
especially
see.
with like
kinda...
the house in the winter, because I did watch Handmaid's Tale. I didn't read the book. You read the book in high school, right?
Yeah, I read the book and I was like, the hell is this?
Yeah, because it's messed.
I know Spiritbox is making music before this, but this was one of the first few Spiritbox songs that I remember hearing and enjoying. So this is right around the time, I think, was this 2020?
Introduced? 5 years ago, 2020.
Here's Blessed Bee by Spiritbox. With the big, wide, cinematic
Oh,
aspect
yeah,
ratio
I
of the
guess
video.
it
you know,
is.
too.
This music video is very dark. I'm having kind of squint to see.
Well, it's like nighttime in winter, or dusk in winter.
I see my blessings all for you. I feel it.
I really like the production value of their music videos.
Yeah, super
Thought.
high production video.
Well, every single one we've seen, ever.
To preserve a life. Serotonin.
It's a big candle budget.
I am a coward. You pull
Ugh.
into a blaze.
Ick.
Me up into a place where there's no
No glitter this time.
Yeah, no kidding.
old ball and chain.
Yeah, but you're saying like very, very cinematic, very, very beautiful.
A lot
music
of symbolism.
videos, right? Very nice aesthetic direction this band has. Purposeful too.
The rest of her face is always just so relaxed. Is that her husband?
I don't know. I don't know if that was Mike.
It'd be funny if it was. It's a little. Progressively getting more covered.
What a change.
This spooky ookie.
When I first heard it, that chorus was just stuck in my head for like a year. And if I lose myself, who blessed me? Like I don't know, it would just always come in my head like random times too. So catchy, so catchy.
It is very catchy. Like, I think Spiritbox does a really excellent job of having the aspects of pop that make pop music so popular and catchy. It's the pop equation with metal music.
Like a metal coat of paint.
It's very easy to listen to metal for me, which of course I appreciate. I'm just really enjoying Spiritbox, but it does seem like it is a lot more focused on the singer, and I'm trying really hard to listen past the singing and the lyrics.
This is all singer focused.
This is singer focused. So
some
I'm
metals like
having to,
riff focused, other metals singer focused.
And I'm trying to like listen for the riffs, and I'm not really finding riffs.
No, they have a few riffs.
They have a few, but they're short, they're sweet, and they enhance the vibe.
It's more like the guitars and drums and bass create like a canvas for the vocals to paint.
Yeah, and the vocals are the riffs.
Yeah. See, she's getting it, guys. She's understanding. Yeah, the music video, very cool. It's hard to understand the lyrics for a lot of the Spiritbox songs, for sure.
But, like, you get the vibes.
The chorus, or what the song's about, but
it
looks like something about, like, domestic abuse.
It was given some Handmaid's Tale.
Revenge.
Stuff. Another 8 out of 10 for me. I just like Spiritbox, I think. The song that was nominated for the Grammy was like not the best one.
Well,
like that was the weirdest one to be nominated.
Well, apparently a commenter said that Jaded was nominated for Grammy the year prior.
Good.
And then
should have won.
Then the album got released and they nominated another song. So
okay. It makes me really happy to see that a Canadian metal band is doing as well as they are. That's sick.
Absolutely. No, they're killing it right now. They're one of the biggest metalcore bands for sure.
You know what? I can see how it's metalcore. It makes sense.
We just did the Architects episode. They're kind of like the same genre, right? Very singer focused.
Are.
Not like lots of breakdowns.
Are the same genre.
Yeah, they are. That's metalcore. Well, modern metalcore.
Yeah, they're both modern.
So this is Secret Garden off their album Eternal Blue.
And she is all blue. She's wearing a blue wig.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite songs off that album, for sure. This song has riffs.
Ooh, thank you for the heads up. I will look for them. Horsey. If there's a dead horse in here, I'm going to be furious. I wonder where they filmed this. Huh. I like the guitar in the background here.
I think that's bass doing that.
Well, whatever it is. It's a guitar-esque instrument. What do you want from me?
What a great chorus.
I really like the fast bass playing. It's just really hitting.
That was Secret Garden. That's another one of their songs that the chorus just gets stuck in my head forever. Secret Garden, disregard my heart. I think that's a very, very beautiful song. I love that intro riff that plays and comes back. Hook is great. Gorgeous piece of music there for sure.
I feel like all their songs, or at least the ones that I've listened to, are like very conceptual. I don't think it necessarily qualifies as being like a concept album, but like when they come up with a song, they clearly have a vision, because like they seem to do music videos for like a lot of their songs.
I think you're totally right. Spiritbox definitely has a very strong artistic vision that they want to get across, and it gets across very, very well. It's sort of this dark and sort of mysterious,
but beautiful.
But also,
they're making metal beautiful. This is the most beautiful metal I feel that we've listened to. You know, right up there with Death, because you know Death's so beautiful. in your
Of
eyes.
course, of course.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
It sure is. But yeah, what did you think of Secret Garden here?
Oh, I feel like this is gonna be so boring. I mean, I really liked it. I like that there was a little bit more riffing going on. I was honestly starting to miss the riffs a little bit. Because they all start. I sort of am starting to feel like Spiritbox's songs are all kind of starting to just like sound the same-ish to me in my untrained ears. But that's not a bad thing, because even though they all sort of sound the same, like, they sound good.
Well, you've heard just 3 songs.
But all
picked,
three
like,
of...
they're kind of similar. They have lots of different styles, which we'll hear coming up too. So.
Okay, well, just because the last 3 songs that we've all listened to are kind of the same, I'm going to say 7 out of 10. But I'm still really enjoying it, but I do want a little bit more variety.
All right, well, this one should give you a little bit more variety. This song is
Heck, I hope so.
Holy Roller.
And always with the cinematic, what is it?
Aspect ratio.
Aspect ratio. There, this is very different. So you should have flipped them. This looks like Midsummer.
It does.
It seems like they take a lot of inspiration from TV and movies.
Oh, definitely.
Ooh, spooky. I really cannot get over the, like, deadpan, most relaxed face ever when you're screaming. I'm okay with her not using a microphone because she's, like, doing other things and she's playing a character. And we talked about how if you're playing a character, you don't need a microphone. I cannot handle, even if you're playing a character, if you're screaming, you should look like you're screaming. Here she's like, I...
Well, obviously that's on purpose.
I know, but it looks so dumb.
Well, keep playing the video. Maybe it'll become less dumb looking.
Probably not. That's incredible makeup. That's so spooky ooky. Okay, well, clearly it's to show the contrast between the 2 characters, but I still think it looks stupid. The nails, even. You know, it's given Midsummer meets
The Grudge.
Well, I was thinking more like The Witch. The one where they're looking for the witch in the woods or whatever. I know what I'm thinking of. Nobody else does, but I know what I'm talking about. Ooh. The crooked mouth. Ugh. Ooh, the hands are so creepy. Ugh.
That was Holy Roller. That was a big change.
I needed that, honestly. I was starting to get a little bored.
But yeah, super heavy song. What are the bands that we played a lot of shows with? Sionis, they covered this song. And with the male singer, too. So it's kind of interesting. You almost never hear like a male band covering a female band song. Right? Just because usually the voices just doesn't work, right? But here, her vocals... You know, they're so brutal.
They're very deep
and good,
too.
Right? It makes sense. So yeah, very cool. I love how they played the one riff, and then the middle time they play it, they just shift it down. I think it was like a 5th, sounded like.
Sure.
And it's kind of like real. That's a real like stank face moment for me. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I love that song.
I was really grateful to get that variety that I was so desperately needing. Spiritbox is still solid. I enjoy the more modern metal aspect of her doing a little bit more clean singing, but it's good to see her go back to like her like clearly very like grungy metal roots. I do still like generally prefer the songs that have clean singing, but it was really nice to see the instruments get focused on a little bit more. I felt they were able to come out a little bit more because she was screaming instead of doing her singing and being the melody.
It's funny that you say that, and then the music video they didn't show any of the other members of the band.
Yeah, but that's because they had a very clear vision,
yeah,
and the members of the band would have ruined it. Would they have had to do that kind of like contrasting hair and makeup on all of them and then alternate as much? I think maybe it was a budget choice.
Yeah, true. All right, well, what are you going to give Holy Roller out of 10? Very catchy, despite being heavy, also
despite being heavy,
song.
Still very catchy, but I do generally just still prefer the more modern metal, pop metal, I suppose, song. So this one is a 6 out of 10. But I still really enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting to hear the instruments a lot more. And honestly, the music video really helped it too. Even though like the screaming with a relaxed face is the most ridiculous thing in the world.
These next two songs, I have not heard myself either.
Ooh.
Actually, this one was just released 3 weeks ago. I'm excited to hear this.
No
I
loss,
have
no love.
never heard a clip of this, nothing.
Blind reacts.
I'm excited to see this, yeah. This is No Love, No Love. No Love.
No love, no love. I promise I can sing better than that. That was a stylistic choice. Look at her little piggy tails. I love that she's so pretty.
Her screams sound a little different.
Yeah.
Nasty. Yeah, that was sick.
Ooh.
Very interesting lyrics there. What's going on? Pearls they can't eat, diamonds you can't drink.
I like that she's using a microphone for once.
Yeah, that's the first time she's using a mic too.
At least that we've seen.
And she's playing with the band, right? So it makes sense. It looks good.
She's made this video for you. That's kind of cool, whatever they're doing with the guitars. Oh, they're going. I love that pearl outfit. That's kind of cool. That's really fun effect.
Nasty, dude.
Such a weird song, but like a good weird, but it's weird. Very techno right now. Right now, this is kind of giving like Lady Gaga vibes.
Yeah, I kind of see what you mean.
Ugh. She needs a toothbrush. Why is half her face? Oh, they all have half melted faces.
Dude, what
It's
a crazy-
unfinished! That
Yeah, that
was
was-
wild. That was a journey.
That was really good. That was only 3 minutes. They packed a lot into 3 minutes.
Yeah, wow, that felt longer than 3 minutes, but not in a bad way. And also unfinished. You first.
What can you say? They're evolving their sound.
They're really making sure they're not getting pigeonholed. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
they don't want people to think they're getting like too poppy or anything like that. So like, okay, here you go. Here's like the heaviest song we've ever done, basically.
Yeah, it was really, really heavy.
So good, really cool. I love those little dynamic breaks they have where it's just Courtney like speaking in these sort of abstract lyrics. I have no idea what the song's about. Her screaming is, well, it sounds good. It's hard to understand what she's saying for sure.
Which is hard when it is more modern metal, and that so then it is more lyrics
Maybe
and
you're
singing focus.
Yeah, but we're only here for the caveman breakdowns anyway, so I mean, you know,
Or the
or
riffs.
cavewoman breakdown. That was pretty good, honestly, bro. I really, really enjoyed it. I'd probably give that a solid 9 out of 10 for me.
Really?
Yeah, that was good. Cool breakdown, heavy, a little bit riffy too. Yeah, it was really good.
It was a little too heavy for me personally. I still really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole production. I enjoyed that they were doing some really interesting things. So like from a musical perspective, I'm like, yeah, the like that was that was like a really cool thing that I don't think I've ever heard be included in a metal song like to that level and extent.
Yeah, very, very cool.
So I
Like,
really I appreciated the musical risks that they were taking, but I don't think I would ever listen to this again. Going between a 4 and a 5, so 4.5 out of 10 for me. It was so heavy, and I'm still not at a point where I prefer the super duper heavy stuff. But
Yeah,
I
true.
still
Maybe we'll come
really
back to
liked
this in a
it.
year and
Yeah,
see
come
if we
back to
like
it in a year and we'll see. Just to clarify, I did still enjoy No Loss, No Love, like for its production and its musical like risks. For me, that's the one that should have been. Well, obviously it's past the Grammys.
It might be on the next year.
Yeah, I'd be curious. I'm gonna predict right now. Maybe this one will be nominated for a Grammy.
If you get nominated like 3 years in a row, you should be like auto win. Anyway.
Auto win.
Well, right? I don't know. Anyways, you know, Grammys
Sure,
don't really
sweetie.
mean anything. Well,
Well,
they mean something.
they
but,
mean
you know.
something.
Yeah, good stuff. And I do know what you mean. You
Like, I
you
still
enjoyed
liked
listening
it,
to
but,
it,
like,
but you wouldn't listen to it,
it was
again
just
on like
not for me.
Yeah.
It was not my kind of metal, you know, like power metal and some of those other songs where she did do the more modern metal with the more clean singing. That really spoke to me.
Yeah, so this is Perfect Soul. Haven't heard this one either.
Okay, I was gonna say, have you heard this
I see
one?
like the new songs be released, and I sort of purposefully like don't listen to them because I know we'll probably do an episode on it.
That's so sweet.
So yeah, here's Perfect Soul. Check it out.
It's more like a rocky guitar sound as opposed to like the very metal guitar sound.
Yeah, this is like a more kind of traditional metal guitar sound for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I love the echoey singing. Is that a riff?
I don't know if you would call it a riff.
The
It's like a
guitar
rhythm.
part, but it's like a very riffy rhythm, if you will. Ugh. Their music videos are very graphic.
They are.
Oh, I like that one of the other guys is singing. Yeah. Like Davy Jones is following her around a mental hospital.
Yeah.
Like, where do they come up with these ideas, honestly?
I don't know. You know, did the band come up with it? Do they have like a director do it?
Fully wearing lingerie, though. I like that one of the other guys is singing. Like, I like the layering.
Yeah, lots of layers on this one.
Water! More water! Always a water theme. And most metal music videos, just saying, y'all love your water. A very hydrated bunch. Ooh. I really don't like this monster.
Waiting.
Who was the monster?
Herself.
I don't know. I think that was a man. I really didn't like
The-
the monster.
The monster inside you. I think that's what. Because she's talking about letting her, not following her dreams, basically, right? From what I picked up. You know what I mean?
I need to listen.
Searching for your perfect soul.
I would search. See, honestly, I would need to listen to the song like 5 times, each time focusing on something else before I can even like pull that kind of like understanding from it.
Well, that's
Like,
what I got.
You're just
that's
so
my first
talented. You're just so talented. You amaze me all the time.
Also, 1,000 Eyes, possibly death reference. Always gotta bring it back to death somehow.
Obligatory death reference from Barvis. Oh, honey.
But yeah, I really enjoyed that song. I thought the guitar work in the beginning was really, really cool. Yeah, like you were saying. Yeah, it wasn't just sort of like the same rhythm going on the whole time. It sort of changed and evolved. And it was very cool. And like you said, it wasn't the kind of thumping, super low tune guitar stuff. It was more of like a traditional metal
Had the
power
more
chordy
old
thing.
school
Yeah, it
sound.
was very cool. I like that. I thought the chorus was nice. It definitely grew on me a lot by like the last time I heard it. I think if I went back and listened to the song again, I would like the chorus a whole lot
Interesting.
more.
Did
I had
they
to get like
scream
warmed up
much?
to
I
it.
don't feel like they screamed much.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they didn't scream in this one. I feel like it needed screaming.
It wasn't like a heavy breakdown. It was more like a vibe down kind
A
of.
vibe down. I really did appreciate, though, that I could hear more guitar. Like, I felt like the guitar and the singing were at the same level.
Yeah,
a little
for
bit
sure.
more, and I appreciated that. It just creates a very nice balance. Makes for an enjoyable listening experience.
But yeah, gorgeous song. I really liked it. I'm gonna give that 7 out of 10.
You definitely like the harder stuff. Honestly, I'm going to agree with your 7 out of 10. It's nice, you know, it gets the job done. A good modern metal with like the classic sounds that we love. I really do think it just needed a little screaming just to have a little bit of variety for me.
All right, so now we're on to Constance.
Did she cut off all her hair?
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let the.
Have you heard this song before?
Oh yeah, many times.
When did this song come out? Oh, 4 years ago. Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let Evelyn experience this. I'm just gonna say I think this is one of the most beautiful pieces of metal music probably ever made. To be honest.
Jeez. Very high bar. Very slow start.
Speaking darkness out of spite, coercion and caving.
I need to learn how to play crib.
Hmm?
I need to learn how to play crib.
For pressure and increment.
Oh. Do you need a hug?
I don't know. That's like song just gets me right in the field.
It does. Do you need a hug?
Do you need a hug?
Maybe.
Now do you see why I put this at the end?
Yes, this would have ruined all of the vibes. Oh my gosh. Once you started crying, I was done. How dare you?
You know, it just makes me think of my Greek grandma. And what even hits harder too, it's the comment here.
Holy roller slaps me physically. Constance slaps me emotionally.
So true. I don't know. No, he just says his Constance is his.
Oh, like
his
this isn't
grandma.
a guy in the band. This is just some random commenter.
Yeah,
So
that-
Constance is my mom. Today, December 4th, is her birthday. She is 88. She is the nurse in the photo. She is in a long-term care home, and I have not seen her since early March this year due to COVID-19. Unfortunately, the press release is incorrect. Courtney's grandmother died in 2020, and she wrote the beautiful lyrics to honor her grandmother. Dylan's grandmother is still living and has been suffering from dementia for several years. Dylan created the video imagery to honor his grandmother and her struggles at this time in her life. Mom goes by Connie to those who know her. This is someone in the band, clearly. Jeez, I'm not reading all of that, am I?
Well, you don't have to read it out loud, but you know you can just read it. Anyways, just give me some like
Oh.
backstory on it there.
So they wrote it for Buddy. My granny, she had Alzheimer's, and so watching this, once they started doing like the Alzheimer's imagery, then I was like, that's when it kind of got me, because it made me think like, oh, is that what it was like for her? It kind of, I think, gave some insight. It was a really beautiful depiction. Why'd you do this to me?
That's why I put it at the end.
Why'd you do this? Why'd you do this to me? It was beautiful, and I love how it just like really fell apart at the end. Like, this is definitely something that
Yep.
goes on the playlist. Maybe this is just a girl thing, but sometimes like you're just like, I feel sad and I want to feel sad, and like you just want to have a good cry. This is something I would listen to just to have a good cry. I watch it too if I want to sob.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
10 out, like 11 out of
It's a
10.
10
Like,
out
one
of
the
10.
one of the best metal songs. Like just pull this like these emotions out of me. Like it's truly like crazy. Like, you know, what a great song and just so powerful. And like you said, it's beautiful, and then it just all like falls apart at the
Yeah.
end and sort of like fades into nothing.
Well, because that's also a beautiful
How-
metaphor for Alzheimer's, because,
Absolutely.
you know, it's there just slowly going backwards until they fall apart into nothing. Why doesn't that one have a Grammy?
Yeah, give this one a
This
Grammy.
one needs a Grammy. When did this come out?
2020, I think. 2020.
Oh, so it can't win a Grammy. Posthumous Grammy?
We'll give it a Varvis Grammy.
Yeah, it's got a
Varvy.
Varvy. A Varvy.
Honorary
Our
Barbie Award.
first ever Varvy goes to Constance by Spiritbox.
Yeah, but yeah, this is one of those songs that like I find really difficult to listen to. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you can't just listen to this in the car. You know what I
No,
mean?
unless you want to have a good car cry.
Yeah, there's like a few songs like that, like "Dying Is Absolutely Safe" by Architects is another one. Like, cause it's just so heavy emotionally,
Yeah.
and that's why like
And you know what?
metalcore's so good, man, to bring out some of these emotions, and we can even get some other bands to do the same. But like, damn, just what a powerfully beautiful song.
What I really appreciated is that they were able to like do a slow song that was like still very clearly metal. Like for me,
Yes,
there
yes.
is no question that this is metal. Sometimes when some metal bands do a slower song, I'm like, this is just rock. But this was still like very distinctly metal.
And like you said, like the metal sounds in a very great way. Like
Very
it, like,
strategic.
yeah, a very strategic way. Like in the chorus, it comes, you know, that big chorus,
At
and
the
then the chorus,
end.
like you said, kind of descends into these ugly notes as well.
Yeah.
Which is just so symbolic of, you know, what happens to a person with Alzheimer's, right? Anyone who's gone through it, like I don't need to describe anything like
You
that.
don't even
There's
have to have like gone through it with a family member. It's just like thinking like it could be your family member, you know? Like, because like even for you, you know, you're watching it, you don't know anyone who's had Alzheimer's, and you can very clearly.
well,
But it's also
yeah,
like,
when
you
I
also
was in the
gotta go-
hospital, she definitely had Alzheimer's.
She-
She couldn't remember anybody.
Alzheimer's is like she had like some form of dementia. You're right at the end there.
For sure. Especially
I like to forget about
I know,
that.
and especially like this guy's comment like really gets me too. Like he like hasn't seen like his mom. Like
Because
that was
of
another thing
COVID
too. It
and
was just
he
such a
dies.
like a powerful shock for me. And like this song came out right around the same time. My grandmother, she was in the hospital. You know,
In long-term care.
COVID-19 lockdowns all happened here in Canada, and I couldn't see her for like 3 months because they weren't letting anybody but one designated person, visit them in the hospital. And obviously, you know, that person couldn't be there all the time, so she was just by herself. And Like
That-
it
but
just
your
like
aunt
crushes
really
me. That's
did a
it
lot.
crushes me. And then finally we were able to see her again,
Yeah.
and she like couldn't
She
even
was
recognize anybody.
She was a totally different person. I kind of like, I don't know, I try to think of her before, and so I kind of forget about that.
And this song came out like right at that same time that was happening too. So that it really just resonates very deeply and profoundly with me. Like like I said, one of the best metal songs ever written, in my opinion, for sure.
Oh,
what a
yeah.
great song. And on that cheery note,
This is how we have to finish the episode?
I'll play some happy music. It'll be okay. And on that cheery note, thanks for watching, you guys. Really appreciate you tuning in all the time for Evelyn's journey through metal. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, help appease the almighty algorithm. Check out our Patreon if you guys want to support us. That'd be wonderful. We would like you a whole lot more. Any last words? Any final thoughts on Spiritbox here?
I like Constance.
Oh, before I go, too, how good was that old lady's acting?
Right? Hold on. That was literally such incredible acting. Like, holy. I felt it was actually happening.
Yeah, like
to
based
her,
on that
like,
guy's comment, it
oh.
doesn't seem like she has it, but she sure nailed it.
Well, it's like the old
Like, the
lady
looks,
wasn't
you know what I
actually
mean? Like-
her, but like the little old lady in the picture that was actually the picture was of the actual Constance, but the little old lady actress wasn't obviously the actual Constance.
Yeah, but I mean, like, her acting and like the look she gave was just like, wow, like,
Yeah.
crazy. Every time the camera was on her, I was like, I had to look away. I'm like,
I
oh my
kind
God.
of did too. It was too much.
Crazy.
All right. P.S.
Oh well,
I
I'll
still
just
like
I'll just edit
Constance.
that in before, so don't worry. Thanks, you guys. Have a great rest of your night.
Bye.